able to define what problem solving is. You know, at the end of this section today, we should be able to understand what problem solving is and its role in addressing so many challenges. You get? We should be able to know the importance of problem solving when we are making a decision. Then we should be able to know how to apply structured processes when we are solving a problem, whether it is a work-related problem, financial problem, personal problem, career problem. So no matter the kind of problem we're trying to solve, they're also going to be looking at how critical thinking goes a long way and also helps with collaboration when we're looking at real-world scenarios. Then we're also going to have a Q&A section. We're going to, like I said, this section is not going to be just me speaking. We're all going to be learning from each other. Is that clear? So before we continue, I just want please, I'll let you know when to show me the next slide. So let's take it back. So leave it at the objectives. So I'll let you know when to give me the next slide. Thank you. So can I get a lady and a guy, 2 people, male and female? Give me your own understanding of problem solving. What you understand by that word problem solving. So anybody, just raise up your hand, or I'll call names. Okay, so I'm likely going to call names if nobody is raising up their hands. Okay, Larry said problem solving is solution to issues. Okay, somebody else. Go ahead, Miriam. Thank you very much.
Problem solving is the ability to actually know what causes the problem and analyze the solution, the best solution to solve it.
First thing, what causes the problem? And then secondly, analyze the best solution to solve that problem. Thank you very, very much. Do I have any contrary opinion to what Miriam have said? Any contrary opinion? Okay. Go ahead. Who wants to speak? Okay, so since I've noticed that this class we have shy people, most people don't want to talk. So I'm going to start calling names from now. I'm not going to be asking random questions. Everybody's going to speak in this class today. Thank you. Okay, hope and please let's get to the next slide. Thank you. So we're looking at problem solving definition. So just like Miriam mentioned, Miriam said problem solving, it has to do with knowing what causes a problem and then coming up with the best solution to that problem. So we need to understand that when we talk about problem solving, it's a mental process. So it is a mental process that focuses on achieving a goal to overcome an obstacle. So we know problems are obstacles. They are things that are obstructing us from achieving a particular or a set goal. So for you to be able to overcome this obstacle, there has to be a mental process. And when we talk about this mental process, what are we talking about? It means that you have to first of all define the problem. What is the problem that I have? So that's why sometimes you hear people say, if you don't know what the problem is, then you cannot get a solution. So you must be able to first of all define your problem. Then after defining that problem, you know, okay, this is the problem I am having. You should be able to identify the cause of the problem. What caused this problem? After identifying what caused that particular problem, then you have to look at solutions. So that is why for every problem you see today, there are 101 ways to solve it. There is no particular way to solve a problem. So now you need to now look at all the different solutions you have on ground. prioritize them based on, okay, which will give me the goal which will give me what I'm looking for, and then you implement the best this the best solution that you think will help you resolve that problem. So one thing we need to have in mind is that the method, the solution you are going to pick finally is based on the effectiveness to that particular situation. That's why I said there are 1001 ways to solve a problem. Now let's look at next slide, please. Why is problem solving very important for us as individuals, as tech people, as adults, as as a human being? Why is problem solving very important? So problem solving skills are very, very important for us as individuals. Now it is essential because in the world we're in today, so many things are coming up, both in our personal lives, in our financial lives, in our careers, even in our economy, in our country, and in the world as a whole. And that is why you see a lot of organizations will say when they are trying to look for, they are posting out opportunities in the organization, they always mention problem solving skills. Now, it also enables you to be practical and creative. So problem solving is very, very important because it enables practical and creative solutions. It helps you to showcase the initiatives that you have in you. Now, it also fosters adaptability and resilience, and it also gives room for collaboration and improve communication. Because if you're going to be working in, if you are, when you're working in a workplace or you're working with a team or you're working with individuals, as long as it's a problem, you always need people to work with in solving that problem. So it enhances collaboration and it improves communication. If you don't know how to communicate, and we've already shared a topic on communication, if you don't know how to communicate, you will not be able to solve problems. And then problem solving also encourages continuous learning and skills development. Next slide, please. Okay, so Badman already answered my question. Olivia, can you hear me?
Yes,
Olivia,
I
can you
can.
hear me? Good. Are you a
Yes, I
data
can hear you.
analyst?
No.
Good. The image on your screen, quickly tell me, what do you think about that image? What is this image telling you? So we have a question that says, we want to analyze a fintech company named DupVTU. Now, DupVTU is a fintech company and they allow customers to pay for online services. Okay? I'm showing you
Okay.
this image you can see on your screen. What is this image telling you?
Okay, I think it's showing me the number of customers that uses the wait, number of customers that pay for online services per month, like from different months.
Okay. So okay, Chuku, can you hear me? I need us to be very, very fast. Okay, Chuku, can you hear me? Okay, good evening. Good. Now she said customers. Is it, so what kind of customers do you think they have? Is it all their customers that this diagram is talking about, or what? I can't hear you.
I didn't get what you said.
You didn't hear what she said. I can't even hear you. I think I will have to look for somebody else to. Blossom, quickly, what do you see on your screen? Hi, Blossom, what can you see on your screen?
It's like Mary was raising her hand. Miriam Badmus.
Miriam already answered one question. I don't want her to answer. Okay. Now I'm just trying to get to see that how many people are even on this class. It's not that people are just connected and they are not here. All right, Jimo, let's have you quickly.
Okay, from what she said earlier too, I can see that it is the number of their customers that are using the services from each month. So for October, they said the number of active customers they had. Also for November, December, like that. It is
All
on a
right.
bar chart. Number of
Thank you.
customers.
So what I wanted to hear was active customers. So it is for active customers. We can have active and inactive customers, but this chart is showing for active customers. Thank you so much for that. Please let's have the next slide. Honora, good evening. So I say I have more of ladies. The next screen, what can you see on the screen? Can you quickly tell me what this diagram is showing you about? Honora, are you here? Okay, Miracle.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah. So the diagram is actually showing the heat map of services being offered by the fintech. I think DupVTU. So it's
Is
showing
it
the
is it
services,
services offered or usage?
services. I think um, services usage against the month.
Okay, aside from that, what else can you pick point from what you can see on the screen?
Yeah.
Which of the
I can.
services was used the most, and which one was used least?
I think for me, I would say money transfer in October. I think was the most, and I think the least was saving March.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I'm going to pick. Somebody said she was talking to herself. Is that Anora?
Yes, sorry.
Okay, good. So now, Miracle have answered. I want to ask a question. What came about? How do you think? Okay, because I asked you initially, but you weren't speaking. Where are you? What came about your answer? What came about you stating what you think was the answer? How did you come about that answer?
Okay. Based on the what is it called? This
Diagram.
the diagram,
Hmm.
the numbers on the right, like, how do I put it? The numbers from 30 up to 90, like it showed like um a differential in color of uh of the other numbers, like how, I don't know even how to explain what I'm saying, sha. But
That's good. But you know what you are
I
trying to
don't know if
say.
yes, I know what I'm trying to say, but like how to express it. Mm.
So now, do you know that's a problem?
Yeah, sure.
Good.
Mm.
Okay, so we're just trying. I'm just trying to create different problem scenarios that we all encounter and we see, and to look at how we're able to come up with a solution for those problems. Now, I showed you an image, and I'm telling you, give me tell me what you understand from that image. First thing first, you have to do is you have to first of all look at it and understand what is this thing about. What is this first? Is it a circle? Is it you understand the diagram? Understand the colorings that are there. Then know what are the things that are the information you have there. So all these things are all part of problem solving. So you've just answered my question, but you were able to solve a problem of identifying what the question is and what should be the solution. So you're able to say, okay, even if you don't really know so much about DupVTU, from this diagram already, you already know that, oh, these are the services they offer. These are the transactions they had, the highest and the lowest, and the other transactions they had in the course of the year. Now, what is their problem? Let's come to the next slide. We're looking at a case study here. Now, they said a fintech company named DupVTU allows customers to pay for online services, as I mentioned earlier. And now they have been losing customers for some time now, and is having trouble making profit. So they are losing customers, and they're having problem making a profit. Now let's look at ways we can help DupVTU get back on its feet in no time using the problem solving process. So we're going to be looking at the problem solving process, but this is what is going to happen. At the end of this class, you'll be given a task. We're going to find a solution for them. Okay, that will be your task. But now we're going to look at the different processes, how we're going to get to that point. Now, when we talk about problem solving, we have different processes. So, well, like I said, we're all going to be engaged in this section. We have the first process for problem solving is for you to define the process. Define the process. Define what the problem is. The second thing is understand the context of the problem. That is called the problem discovery process in tech. It is where you discover what the then we have the define goals and objectives. We have generate, evaluate, and analyze possible solutions. The next thing is select the best solution, implement the solution, monitor and evaluate, and then reflect and learn. So these are all problem solving processes that we should, follow through when solving a problem. So quickly, I'm trying to make this our class as brief as possible. So when we talk about defining the process, what do we understand by that? Anybody?
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes, good evening. Who is
Defining the
speaking?
problem. It's Vivian.
Okay.
Okay. I think when we talk about define process and problem solving, I think is where we look at whatever. For instance, let's use the example of the do DC that we are using. Like why they are this thing in dropping instead of making profit. Now in this define process, so they need to look at their how would I say, their own work listing. Check where the pot is coming from. Like check the whole account of everything that they are doing from people that is responsible for it, that is in charge of the like let them check everything. This account, go through the account, go like put down something, like put down something where their mistake is coming from, where they are dropping and where they are increasing. Like let them, they need to define the processes there, like finding the particular thing that is making them to drop, that's making them not to make profit instead of people coming.
Thank you. So it means that they need to understand what the problem is. When did this problem start? What exactly is causing it, right? So that is the first thing they need to do. Thank you so much. Sorry, I didn't get the name.
Vivian.
Oh, Vivian. Okay. Thank you very much, Vivian. So they need to understand where the problem is. They need to go dig down and trace it down to when did this thing start. It did not just happen one day, bam. It started gradually. So they need to trace it to know when it started and all. We have the understand the context, or we say the problem discovering process. Who can explain that for me? What do you understand by that? Problem discovery process. You've been able to define the problem now. Know that, okay, we are losing customers, we're not making profit, and this is as a because something is wrong somewhere, right? So now problem discovery process. What do you understand by that? Anybody? Okay, because of our time. So when we talk about that, the problem discovery process, it means that you now have to gather relevant information about that particular problem. You need to find out what led to this, what contributed to this issue. You're going to be looking at a broader context, like a deeper factors. Is it the team members? Is it the tools we're using? Is it our software? You get? So you need to go down into it and discover what is the problem and ways that you can do that. What are the ways you can do that? So the ways you can do that is by, you have to do market research. Do market research, do your customer research, check your bugs, find out with your engineers and find out to know what exactly is the cause of all this. So the next one is define goals and objectives. Who can help with that? Define goals and objectives. Anybody? We're solving a problem. So we have been able to define and know what the problem is. We have been able to do problem discovery to know what must have caused the problems. We'll do market research, customer research, bug reports, analysis, and all. Now, we said define goals and objectives. Yes, Jimo.
Okay, so I feel defining the goal and objective is defining what you want to achieve. Like maybe what exactly are you going to do henceforth since you have done your survey and the likes.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you so much. Yes, that is the goal and the objectives. So, and for us to be able to do that, we will have to set smart goals. We will have to set smart goals. So, who can tell me when we talk about smart goals, SMART, smart or goals and objectives? What do we mean by SMART? Who wants to tell me about that? No, Jimo, I don't want you again. Nope. Okay, Chinaya, go ahead.
Okay, ma. So smart goals. First off, it has to be, the S stands for specific. You have to have a specific goal in mind, specific objective. It has to be measurable. You have to like have something, whatever factor it is you use to determine. Okay, this is our level of success we want to achieve. So whenever we get to achieve the success, we know that, oh, we've achieved our goal. Or if you don't get to reach that level, you know you've not achieved your goal. So it has to be measurable. The A stands for achievable. I mean, it is not what setting a goal that you know you can achieve. I think it's best to set something achievable so that, I mean, you will not go crazy in the point of trying to achieve something that you know you cannot do in the first place. The R stands for realistic, while the T stands for time bound. Setting a goal is not a goal if there is no time attached to it. You cannot just wake up and say, I want to do this. I want to do this without setting a timeline. If you don't set a timeline, it is not a goal. So it's the saying, oh, I want to achieve this in 3 months time makes it a goal. So I think that's what the SMART. I know that's what the SMART stands for. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. So, for us to be able to define our goals and objectives, we have to make our goals and objectives smart. They must be specific, they must be measurable, they must be achievable, they must be realistic or relevant, and then they must be time bound. So, quick one, let me give a quick example. So please help me with the next slide. I just want to quickly ask a question in my next slide. So we said that in my next slide, you can see, okay, the next one, please. I have a question there. Thank you. So example, now I want to optimize, let's say I want to optimize the website of DupVTU. Now, we want to optimize their website. So we decide to improve the website. So the first thing you can see on the screen is improve the website performance, then decrease the website average load time from 8 seconds to 3 seconds by optimizing code, compressing images, and implementing browser cache. What do you think is this first two lines I just talked about? If one were looking at goals, who can help me? Glory, go ahead.
Okay, I think it's the specifics of what you're trying to achieve, like you're stating clearly what you want to achieve.
All right, thank you very much. So, specific is the first. All right, John, thank you. So now you can see improve the website performance, and then you can see decrease the website's average load time from 8 seconds to 3 seconds. Which do you think is smart and which is not smart? Yes, who is speaking?
I think decrease the website's average load time from 8 to 3 is smart, while the first one is not improve the website performance is not smart, it's not specific, not
All right,
measurable and all.
thank you very much. That's good. That's good. I was expecting people to clap now when they give the right answers, or you people don't even know. All right, so we have the next one. We can see already they've been able to help us to see it is they've been able to let us know specific is smart and is not smart and all. So let's go to the next slide, please. Thank you. So what do we have here? What should be here? We have achievable and relevant. So inside the two, you can see on the screen which is achievable, which is relevant. Who is speaking? Go ahead and speak.
Okay, so
So we
the
have,
second one is relevant.
okay,
The enhance the website performance to align with user expectation and industry standards.
okay. All right, so what about the second one?
Starting with this load time. The non-smart is not relevant. Right? Then the smart, invest in training for development, is relevant.
So are you saying both of them are relevant?
Hmm.
Are you saying the two smart are relevant?
Hmm. That second non-smart seems relevant too. It seems like a proactive measure, but it's not long-term solution.
Can I have somebody else? Thank you so much. That's Badmus, right?
No, it's more.
Oh, okay, Mo. Thank you so much. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Jonita, let me have your opinion. Now let's ignore the non-smart. Mo already said that the enhance the website performance to align is relevant. What do you think about invest in training for the development team? Is it also relevant or is achievable? Let me just make it clear. Are you there? Okay, go ahead, Badmus. Jonita is not here with us.
The first smart is relevant and achievable, while the second smart is relevant but not achievable.
So you are mixing it up. Okay, so let me just let you guys know what the aim is. So we looked at it. The first thing on the screen says we know that the non-smart cannot go anywhere. We don't need them. So we're striking the non-smart out. So we're looking at the two smart. So the other one says enhance the website performance to align with users' expectations an industry standard. Consider factors like users' experience and all, it is relevant. Let's look at the second SMART. It says invest in training for the development team on performance optimization that is achievable. Do you get it now? Do you understand it? Only one person understood. All right. Next slide, please. Thank you. So we have been able to look at the different scenarios when it comes to SMART goals, SMART. You should be able to know. Look at this last example we have in terms of optimizing the website. We have achieved a 50% reduction in average load time. This is time bound, even without being told. So there is a timeline stated. So it says with regular checkpoints for progress assessment. This is time bound. Is that clear? So we can see that when you are making your goals. Somebody's mic is on. Chineye, you need to mute.
Oh,
So we need to know that when setting goals and objectives, they must be smart. Always put that at the back of your mind. Thank you very much. Next slide, please. Now we've looked at the benefits of indirectly I've stated the benefits of having SMART goals. It helps you to make clear actions that are measurable. You have you know where it is measurable, it is achievable, it is time bound. So when you implement SMART framework or SMART framework into your problem solving or into your work, it helps you to address challenges systematically and achieve even tangible improvements and goals, even things you think you'll not be able to do. Once you're able to sit down and break them down into this SMART, you are able to make great improvements. Next slide, please. Now, let's talk about agile methodology. I know a lot of us have been hearing about agile methodology. Agile methodology is also a way of solving problems. Okay, so when we talk, we have other ways of traditional ways of solving problems. I will not talk so much about this. I will expect us to go and read about them. We have the traditional waterfall that we all know about. We have the racing metrics. We have the hierarchy structure and so many other ones. Then we're looking at the agile methodology. Agile methodology of solving problems, or let me use the word, yes. So when we talk about the agile methodology, it has to do with you you plan, you design, you develop, you test, you review, you deploy, you launch. That is what agile methodology talks about. Now, because we're in the tech world today, we know that we've been hearing that we know so much about the word. We must have heard of that word MVP. MVP when it comes to implementing solutions, making your products and all. That is the minimum viable prototype. Now, when we talk about MVP, it is the smallest version of a product or a product version. It is the smallest. It is called minimum viable prototype because it entails the essential features, allowing you for a quick development testing. So it has that it is the smallest version of a solution, of a product, of an app that we that's the common word we would like to have, a product, but it has the essential features. So let me ask, what do you think in your phone, your mobile phone? Who can tell me what are the MVPs of our phone? Anybody? You can go ahead and speak. Nobody.
Will we say like when the phone is made, we can make calls, send text message makes it an MVP.
Okay. So calls and SMS, right?
Yeah, like the basic features.
Any contrary opinion? Contrary opinion? Why this our students? Are we scared to speak? Where are the guys? Where are the guys in this class? John, are you the only guy in this Paul? Paul, quickly. Go ahead, Paul. Paul, go ahead. If you're speaking, we can't hear you.
Yeah, good evening, everyone.
Yes,
I
good
think she's
evening.
right. Yeah, she's right. That's, in my own opinion, call and SMS. She's right. That's the MVPs.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So that means we all understand what the MVP is all about. So when you're working on a product and you're asked for the MVP, you have an understanding of what it entails. I don't have an understanding. I'm still trying to understand it. Let me see your hand. John, who again is Olivia? You also raising up your hand? Okay, good. Quick one. So when we talk about an MVP means that the smallest, I'm using that word now, the smallest version of a product. Now, but that version is the smallest. That's not what that product is all about. Then in that smallest version of that product, there are key things that with those features that product can work. You can start with that. Every other thing can now come in as update. And that's why I started with our phones. So that is why, if you remember, when when phones came into existence in Nigeria, mobile phone, let me use that word down, mobile phone. You remember that the first kind of phones that came in there were the ones that had antenna and button. But the important thing was that we could make calls and we could send messages. When updates and upgrades started coming into the phones, we started seeing phones without antennas. We started seeing phones without keypad. They now became touch screen. In all of that, your phones, you could still make calls and you could still send SMS. Then you can now do other things. They started bringing up, you can now chat. You can now have other apps on your phone. You can now use the phone to do video calls. You can use your phone to take pictures. Initially, you could not use phones to do pictures. Phones in those days did not have camera. Mobile phones did not have camera. Then another thing they did when they started upgrading, they expanded the space. Do you understand it now? So the valuable, the most important features that makes any product sellable or usable is what we call the MVP, minimum viable prototypes. Are we good now, John, Olivia, and I don't know if I saw the other. Okay, good. Thank you very much. So in the course of us working on our hands-on products, we're going to be starting. By the time we start working on products, you will be asked for your MVP. And if you're not able to identify your MVP, it will be difficult for you to know what else to do on your product. Thank you. Let's have the next slide, please. Now, by the time you go through your reading materials, there are other, you're going to have other methodologies you'll be seeing. So I'll expect you to take your time to go through them. Now, let's look at, quickly, who can tell me the difference between critical thinking and analytical thinking? Quickly. And how can we apply the two of them? Critical thinking and analytical thinking. I have less than 10 minutes to end this class. Critical thinking and analytical thinking.
Critical thinking is when you think deeply about a situation, while an analytical thinking is analyzing the situation itself. What are the conditions surrounding that situation? That is analytical thinking. And you can use critical thinking in realizing what the problem is, what is causing a particular problem. But analytical thinking is what will enable you to find out the solutions for that problem.
Badmos, are you a product manager or a product designer?
No, ma, I'm a virtual assistant.
Virtual assistant.
Yes,
Well done.
thank you.
Okay. Yes, Paul, go ahead. Paul, go ahead. We can hear you. We can't hear you. Unmute your mic and speak. Paul, are you here? Go ahead, Miracle. Miracle Francis, go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. I think
Yes.
critical thinking is deep thinking, but it's basically based on speculation. While analytical thinking, you look through data to find out the answers to your questions. Thank you.
So how can we apply the two?
For the application, I think you need to first speculate when you are planning during planning and the planning phase. You need to actually do a lot of speculative thinking. Then, for you to do a conclusion, you need to do the analytical thinking. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Paul, you are still raising up your hand, though. I don't know where you belong. If that hand is just hanging there by mistake. Shoma Vivian, go ahead.
For me, I think critical thinking has to do with evaluating the problem. Why analytical has to do with data.
When you say data, please explain.
Okay, like after you have evaluated the whatever that is the problem, you can use you can step it in a number form, like all the data analysis, like exercise. I don't know.
Are you a data analyst?
No ma. Product design.
Okay. All right, John. I think we'll take you as the last person. John, go ahead. We can't hear you. Your mic is muted. Okay, so I think John is not here with us. John is not here with us. So I will say this. You all have what do I use the word now? You are all correct in your own way. You're all correct in your own way. So what it means is that we have an understanding of all these things. So when we're talking about critical thinking, it has to do with how we're able to evaluate the problem, okay, what we have and all. You get my point? Where we are looking at the problem, we are thinking about it, we are evaluating the informations we've gotten, we're looking at um I'm trying to look for a word to use. The reasoning of it, does it make sense? Now, but when it comes to analytical thinking, it is you analyzing that Analyzing the problem. You are breaking it down to the simplest, to the smallest. I wanted to use the word particle, but I just remembered I'm talking about problem, not things. Break it down to the minimum viable prototype. Let me use that word like that now. Bring it to the smallest aspect. Know what, okay, how come, how has it been happening? Has something like this happened before? What led to it? You get, you look at it analytically. So how did it start? When did it start? When something similar happened like that, what was the pattern? You look at the pattern to which the whole thing has been happening. You look at it analytically, and then it helps you to make your decision. So we said analytical thinking focuses on breaking down problems and information into smaller parts for detailed examination, while critical involves evaluating information and arguments to form a reasoned judgment or decision. So I think this is self-explanatory. So let's get to the next slide, please. So we can take our time, and we don't have time to go through all this. Next slide, please. Okay, so just like we did the first time, we're going to quickly do this. So we said, what words will you use to describe effective problem solving? What words will you use to describe effective problem solving? So I have dropped the link. Let's respond to it. I did not say sentence, so don't give me sentence. Don't give me sentence, please. Can you all see the link? Can you all see the link, please? I can't see the link. Raise up your hand. I can hear somebody. I don't know who is that. And there's another person on the road also. Karim. Karim, mute your mic, please. Okay, so if you are done, put on the chat box, type done. What word would you use to describe effective problem solving? Are we done? Are we done? Well done. No, those of you using ChatGTP, well done, well done, well done. I can see those people using ChatGTP, well done. All right. So what words would you use to describe effective problem solving? I can see analytical, creative, resourceful, strategic decision making. Is that a word? Strategic decision making, is it a word? Strategic is a word, decision is a word, making is a word. So who is that person? See, when I say people are using ChatGPT, I will not know. Collaborate, innovative, creative, positive, results. All right, well done, everybody. Well done, well done, well done, well done, well done. That's good. That's good. So you can all clap for yourself. Those that answered my question without using ChatGTP, clap for yourself. All right, that is good. Okay, so you can see that as we're taking this section, we're identifying ways of solving problems and we're understanding different problems. And if you look at it, quickly, let me ask this question. How many of you had a problem today? How many of you had a problem today? If you had a problem today, just raise up your hand. You had a problem today. Wow, nobody had a problem in this class. That's good though. This is so, I can't believe it. And you put on earth. So since nobody had a problem today, let me ask this question. You were not hungry and you're thinking of how you wanted to go and eat and you had work to do. You did not have lights and you wanted to use your phone or use your system and you had to think of a way out if to go and charge the phone somewhere. You didn't have an errand to go to, but you also had something else to do. Or let's even come to this class. You know you had to be in this class today, this evening, but you also had something you needed to attend to, but you had to find a way to just either you choose one, attend to one and let the other one go, or you find a way to sort two of them. Nobody had any problem today. That's wonderful. So now let me ask my question again. If you had a problem today, raise up your hand. Still no problem. Okay. Olivia, it's only you that had a problem today. That's good though. That means it's only me and you that is in this world, this Nigeria. Every other person is not in Nigeria.
I think
Miracle, are you sure you had a problem today? Okay. So we need to know that problem solving is very crucial, is a very crucial skill for everybody. It is crucial for both our personal life and our professional life. Even if you're a student, you will always encounter problems every day. And what makes you a better person, what gives you best result is your problem solving skills. How you are able to solve that problem. And what it entails is for you to, have a structured approach and to be creative and to collaborate. In solving problems, you must know how to approach your problem. That is, you need to define what the problem is, get your problem discover your problem discovery process, discover where the problem is coming from or why it came about. What do you want to achieve? What are the goals you are setting? You have to be creative, and then importantly, let me come to collaboration. Let me quickly speak on collaboration when it comes to problem solving. Collaboration is very key. You are going to be needing people directly or indirectly to solve your problem because as it is, you alone cannot solve a problem. Now, as a team, even in this internship, you're going to be working with other people in solving problems. By the time you get to the real world scenario, in the real world out there, you're going to be working with people. Even in your family, when you have a problem, there is somebody sometimes you go to seek advice or help. So collaboration is key. And for you to collaborate well with people, you must know how to communicate. If you do not know how to communicate, it will be difficult for you to collaborate with others, and then that means you do not have a good problem solving skills. And remember, like I said, that is one of the key things organizations are looking for. They don't want to start telling you how to solve things or get things done. They expect you to be able to, work, get things sorted out without somebody having to go into your line manager. My system is not working. I want to know if I should close the system or I should power it back again. They need you to think on your feet. And even when you're in meetings, come up with solutions. So this evening, I'll be giving us a task. Remember, we picked a case study. We're going to go to our case study. Thank you, Peace. I'm going to come to this. This will be the last one we'll do. Our case study, our task we're going to be going on with. That case study, we're going to find a solution for DupVTU. And you are going to meet as a group and you're going to come up with a solution for them using the problem solving processes we have shared in this class today. Defining the problem, having the problem discovery process, defining the goals and objectives, and every single one of them. You go through your writing materials. It will also guide you in resolving this issue for DupVTU. Now, for the next 2 minutes before we end this class, I just want to ask us. Let me look at 2 people that have not said anything in this class. Alimat and Esther. I needed a guy. Oh, we don't have so much guys. Alimat, Esther, and this question is for the 3 of you. Quickly, in 30 seconds, give me 2 takeaway from this section each. Who is starting? Esther, Alimat, and Nene.
Good evening,
Who is
everybody.
speaking? Yes, good evening, Esther. Go ahead,
From
please.
is
2
Esther
personal takeaway.
from this section.
Yes,
2.
just give me 2.
Okay. Our goals should be smart, and
You, personal to you, not
we should
our,
also.
personal to you.
Eh?
Give me your own
Okay,
personal
personal.
takeaway, not our.
Okay,
Yes.
my my own. Yes, I took away that my goals to be smart, and I should work with people when solving problems.
Okay. Alimat, don't say
Thank
what Esther said already.
Good evening, everyone. What I
Hi,
learned
good
actually
evening.
was the difference between analytical thinking and critical thinking. Analytical thinking is when you analyze a problem before you give a solution, while critical thinking is thinking deeply about the problem before providing a solution. That was what I learned.
All right, thank you. Ne?
Okay, good evening, everybody. So
Yes,
my
evening.
takeaway is to improve my innovation skill and work better with my team, any team I'm placed with.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you so much. Please, can we have next slide? So thank you so much, everybody, for your time. I don't know if you have any question. I can take 1 or 2 questions, if any. If not, I would hand over to. No questions?